relating to historical tendency for a language to reduce Sync- syncretic and dynamic. Indian society has a syncretic orientation, which means that Indian society is characterized by multiple forms of belief that has shaped core values and has guided behavior of Indians from years. Indian society and its culture has not grown in isolation, rather it is a fusion of different cultures retaining its identity. The syncretic, the syncretic culture of Indian society can be seen across the country. Dynamic means that Indian society is characterized by constant change, activity, and progress. Indian society keeps absorbing, accepting, and evolving. Spiritual as well as materialistic. It is true that post 1991 reform, the importance of wealth and materialism has increased in Indian society. However, the balance between spiritualism and materialism is characteristic which is relevant today and was relevant even in traditional times. In fact, the classical Hindu civilization recognizes four fruits of life, four aims of life such as dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Out of them, the middle two are materialistic in character and other two are spiritual in character. Balance between individualism and collectivism. Individualism is a form of political and social outlook that stresses human independence, self-reliance, and liberty, whereas collectivism is the practice of giving a group priority over each individual. Rural and agrarian society. According to 2011 census, approximately little over 78% of population continues to live in rural areas, out of which 56.6% has been engaged in agriculture and allied activities. Caste system. Caste system is a unique form of stratification where there is a segmental and hierarchical division of society and membership is required through birth. Stratification. Segmental. Caste system. Caste system is a unique form of stratification where there is segmental and hierarchical division of society and membership is acquired through birth. Our constitution forbids any kind of discrimination based on caste in Indian society. However, it is still a rampant practice in India. कास्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनता है बनाने के लिए कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट बना के दो आरक्षण दो patriarchal society. Indian society is largely a patriarchal society where men own primary power, predominating in the roles of political leadership, moral authority, special privileges, and control of property. Multi-ethnic and multilingual society. Indian society is embodiment of multiple ethnic identity and practices. Indian society has evolved through the ages and also has been affected by foreign influence, giving it extreme diversity. In fact, multilingualism in India is a product of its rich history and reflection of a diverse culture. Multi-ethnic and multilingual society. Indian society is an embodiment of multiple ethnic identity. Indian society is embodiment of multiple ethnic identity and practices. Indian society has evolved through the ages and also has been affected by foreign influence, Indian society has evolved through the ages and also has been affected by foreign influence, giving it extreme diversity. In fact, multilingualism in India is a product of its rich history and reflection of its diverse culture. Unity in diversity. Indian society is grand synthesis of cultures, religion and languages of the people belonging to the different castes and communities, which has upheld its unity and cohesiveness. Unity in diversity is one of the unique features of Indian society that is most often noticed about India and has become part of India's self-identity. Even foreign travelers like Megasthenes, with the song and Alberoni appreciated this. Unity in diversity is one of the unique features of Indian society that is most often noticed about India and has become part of India's self-identity. Even foreign travelers like Megasthenes, Desang, and Alberoni appreciated this. However, sometimes threats may be created to this unity and diversity, but what is important to remember that to believe in diversity, there is fundamental unity in social institutions and practices in India. Reflection on diversity. Reflection on diversity. Reflection on diversity. Diverse means differing from each other and made up of distinct characteristics, qualities, and elements. Diverse means differing from each other and made up of distinct characteristics, qualities, or elements. Various forms of diversity. Geographical diversity. India is a vast country with an area of about 3.2 lakh square kilometers. India is a vast country with an area of about 3.2 lakh square kilometers. The highly diverse topography consists of dry desert, plateaus, rivers, evergreen forests, snowy Himalayas along the coast, and fertile plains. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we will see different type of geographical diversity. Geographical diversity. India is a vast country with an area of about 3.2 lakh square kilometers. The highly diverse topography consists of dry deserts, plateaus, rivers, evergreen forests, snowy Himalayas along the coast, and fertile plains. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we will see different types of geographical diversity. Racial diversity. India has been called an ethnological museum. Ethnological museum. India has been called ethnological museum. Purity in race is very less in India. This is the primary reason behind the absence of uniform racial composition of its inhabitants. As mentioned earlier, India has generally attracted waves of migration from all over the globe since time immemorial. India has rightly been termed as the melting pot of races and tribes. Six main racial categories are recognized in India, such as Negritos, Proto-Australoids, Mongoloids, Mediterranean, Western Brachycephalus, Brachycephalus, and Nordics. Linguistic diversity. India is called vertebral tower of Babel, and according to A.R. Desai, India presents a spectacle at the Museum of Tongues. In India, each state has its own language. It is not just the accent, but the dialect that also changes from region to region. The census 2011 identified about 122 languages. India has 22 languages in 8 scheduled and 6 classical languages: Sanskrit, Kannada, Tamil, Odia, Malayalam, and Telugu. Racial diversity. India has been called an ethnological museum. Purity in race is very less in India. This is the primary reason behind the absence of uniform racial composition of its inhabitants. As, as mentioned earlier, India has greatly attracted waves of migration from all over the globe since time immemorial. India has rightly been termed as the melting pot of races and tribes. Six main racial categories such are recognized in India, such as Negritos, Proto-Australoids, Mongoloids, Mediterranean, Western Brachycephalus, and Nordics. Six main racial categories are recognized in India, such as Negritos, Proto-Australoids, Mongoloids, Mediterranean, Western Brachycephalus, and Nordics. Linguistic diversity. India is called vertebral tower of Babel, and according to A.R. Desai, India represents a spectacle at Museum of Tongues. India is called a vertebral tower of Babel, and according to A.R. Desai, veritable, veritable, often used as a tense. According to A.R. Desai, presents according to A.R. Desai, India presents a spectacle at Museum of Tongues. India presents a spectacle at the Museum of Tongues. In India, each state has its own language. It is not just the accent, but the dialect that also changes from region to region. The census 2011 identified about 122 languages. India has 22 languages in 8 scheduled and 6 classical languages: Sanskrit, Kannada, Tamil, Odia, Malayalam, and Telugu. Regional diversity. India is the land of diversities. This diversity is also visible in the spheres of religion. India is a multi-religious country consisting of Hindus 79.9%, Muslim 14.2%, Christian 22.3%, Sikhs 1.7%, Buddhists 0.6%, Jains 0.41%, Zoroastrian, Judaism, and tribal population. The people of India are heavily impacted by religious theories and tenets. The Constitution's protections of freedom of religion and practice under Article 25-28 encourages religious harmony through the peaceful way. Religious diversity. India is the land of diversity. The diversity is also visible in the spheres of religion. India is a multi-religious country consisting of Hindus 79.9%, Muslims 14.2%, Christians 2.32%, Sikhs 1.7%, Buddhists 0.6%, Jains 0.41%, and Zoroastrians, Judaism, and tribal population. The people of India are heavily impacted by religious theories and tenets. The Constitution's protections of freedom of religion and practice under Article 25-28 encourages religious harmony through peaceful ways. Cultural diversity. Culture is the social heritage of man or storehouse of information. Cultural is a way of life that we learn, share, and transmit from one generation to next generation. India is among the most diverse societies with plurality and diversity of cultures which marks it out as perhaps the largest multicultural society in the world. Indian civilization and culture have distinctive characteristics, despite the fact that some individuals adhere to separate languages. Despite the fact that some individuals adhere to separate languages, customs, and traditions, one may still detect a fundamental unity in countries' literature, philosophy, and conventions. For example, the celebration of Republic Day, institutionalism, institutionalization of normative behavior yields information of custom, stratification, and diversity. Stratification is a social concept. It has divisions of members in different groups and different social categories, layers. Stratification concept has many dimensions such as class, wealth, gender, caste, gender, age, status, ethnicity, race, etc. As form of stratification, the caste is peculiar to Indian society. Numerous castes have their own custom, rituals, way of life, and practices. Many tribes have different totemic practices, rites, customs, rituals. India is a country of agrarian structure. This has many classes in it, such as big farmers, middle peasants, small and marginal farmers, and landless laborers. Many classes present in industrial systems such as industrial capitalists, white collar workers, and manual laborers.